My assessment of Lamar Jackson was critically correct. One has to wonder if Ozzie Newsome wasn't retiring this year. There's no way in hell that he would have picked Lamar Jackson. It's a project. I think what he said is, you know what, I'm going to pick this kid. I'm not going to be around to see him fucking implode. Maybe something good can happen. Well, let's look at the facts. This kid, he can make two throws on the... Listen, he can make your seam route, easiest one in football, slants, crossing. That's it. He can't go outside the numbers. His arm is too weak. People are saying, well, he's got to learn how to play. He's got to learn how to throw. You can't learn how to... listen, if you're 21 and you don't have arm strength, you can't gain it. He has no arm strength. He's not a quarterback at this level. He's a running back playing quarterback. He's horrible. And then we go, wow, he came back. What a gamer. He's clutch. It was prevent defense. They were playing fucking 10, 20 yards back. They were giving them everything. And what happens when teams play prevent defense, they usually end up by losing. Case in point, my Browns had a 24-7 lead at Heinz Field in 2003. 24-7 lead. About 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Butch Davis wanted to run a prevent defense. And he did. Guess what? They came back, and they won the game. And the Chargers were on the verge of losing the game. But guess what? Lamar Jackson, as poorly as he played all day, played even poorer. He fumbled the ball because he doesn't know how to hold the ball. So he played about it. Deshaun Watson played horrible too yesterday. But, and Steve Smith called him Captain Dink and Dunk. You know what? I kind of think Deshaun Watson, I think he had a horrible game, but I think he can play in this league. I think he's good personally, but Lamar Jackson cannot play in this league. He doesn't have the arm talent. Baker Mayfield at 12 years old has better arm talent, can throw the ball harder, more velocity, it can move around the pocket, it just has better mechanics than Lamar Jackson at 21. I would take a 12-year-old Baker Mayfield over Lamar Jackson. And you Ravens fans out there, guaranteed right now, if you had Baker Mayfield on that team right now, you're going to the Super Bowl. Guaranteed. That Ravens defense made Phillip Rivers look like shit the whole game. And Baker Mayfield torched it twice this year for over 300 yards both games. 350 both games, if I'm not mistaken. Lamar Jackson's horrible. He just can't throw the ball. In this league, it's not about... that's why I'm shocked they picked him. I'm thinking to myself, you've seen it with Robert Griffin III, who was a better passer than... he had a stronger arm than Lamar Jackson. Lamar has a... Hey, you ever see him throw? He throws like this. He throws like... It comes out of his arm like he flicks it. He flicks it and it's just dying to be picked off. It's wobbly. It's weak. If they do somehow try to salvage him for next year, he's going to lead the league in not only pickoffs, but fumbles. He's just not a quarterback. And you can take every GM in the league and every coach in the league right now, and they would take Baker Mayfield. I'll be honest with you. They would take Josh Allen over this guy. Josh Allen's a better quarterback because he can run and he can actually throw. He can actually play the position. He's a lot better. Josh Allen may be a fucking superstar one day. But there's no chance Lamar Jackson will ever be able to play in this league. Never. The Browns in the second half last week, they figured him out. The Chargers this week figured him out. Well, he did good. He almost had to win. It was garbage time. It's fucking garbage time. They had a fucking prevent defense in the whole second half because they weren't worried about it. They should have ran away. The Chargers should have beat that team by 40. And they should have put in Flacco. I don't want to hear, he's garbage, this and that. At least Flacco gives you a chance to make throws downfield. He can hit them. Listen, between the hashes, well, I'm a super athlete. At 50 years old, I can make every throw on the football field. But between the numbers, anyone can make them throws. Outside the numbers, you got to be able to have a strong arm, and he can't do that. I'm not even getting to the fact, can he read defenses? I don't think he can. But I know one thing. As soon as the dude senses any pressure, he wants to get up in the pocket. He just wants to run. He's not even looking downfield. He wants to run. He's horrible. And people are turning it into a black thing, white thing. It ain't a black or white thing. It's a question of being a horrible quarterback. He's garbage. Oh, he was 61 down the stretch. That's because teams, when you have 1 week to prepare for a quarterback, a running quarterback, it's hard to prepare for him. But it's not sustainable. Look at Robert Griffin III right now, which shocks me because he's on that roster. They built an offense around this kid, right? And this kid laid an egg today. He laid a fight. He played. It was one time he was 3 of 10 with middle left in the third quarter for 25 yards, and 1 interception and 2 fumbles or something like that. He played horrible. He was the reason their team lost because they defended Phillip Rivers good enough that defense. They could have won that game. And if they had any quarterback, even if they had Darnold, they would have won that game. So the Ravens right now, if I'm the Ravens, I gotta just write this off and say, listen, am I gonna waste my season next season with that defense you got? Am I gonna waste it trying to develop Lamar Jackson, or am I gonna at least go after Nick Foles, somebody, Carson Wentz, something? But if you're a Ravens fan, there's no possible way you can be excited about next season. A running quarterback, well, he's going to learn how to throw. Listen, you cannot learn how to throw in this league. You got to have the arm strength. You got to have the arm talent. He doesn't have it. What are you guys not seeing? He doesn't have the talent to throw in this league. That's why I'm shocked. Ozzie Newsome, if he wasn't retiring this year, there's no way in hell he would have picked him. No fucking way. He could not waste a 30th pick, a first-round pick on a fucking quarterback that can't throw the ball. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Tim Tebow could not throw the ball, but he won a playoff game. What happened? They got rid of him. He had a winning record. They got rid of him. You know why? Because he sucked. I said the same thing about Tim Tebow. He was fucking horrible. And I might think, I'll be honest with you, Lamar Jackson's actually worse. He's very similar to Tim Tebow, but he's worse. And Tebow could not throw the ball at all, but I think they're both so similar. I don't know who throws the ball worse. Probably Tebow, because he kind of wound up. But Lamar just flicks it out there. No velocity. Everything's inside the numbers. Can't make any throw. Like I said, he can make 2 or 3 throws. Seam route. My grandmother, I can do it left-handed. Crossing routes, slants. But you can't make throws in an NFL field. Anyone can make the throws. And the Ravens fans, you got to be upset because next year you're going to go with Jackson. You're going to waste the whole fucking season. There is no way Jackson, 3 years from now, he'll be riding the bench somewhere until he turns into a kick returner or something like that. He's not going to be able to, listen, there's no way this guy will be able to figure out how to run routes in the NFL. No, Lord knows if he can catch. He can't even hold on to the ball. Running back, he ain't going to be, no fucking way. The guy can't even hold on to the ball. Maybe a kick returner, I don't know, but he's not a quarterback. And I see Ravens fans saying, yeah, Mayfield, he beat Mayfield. He beat the Cleveland Browns defense. Do you realize if he was on the Browns and Mayfield was on the Ravens, you guys beat us both times by 30? There's nobody on this planet outside of Lamar Jackson's parents that would take Lamar Jackson over Baker Mayfield. Nobody. Trust me when I tell you. You got a perfect system in Baltimore. You got a great defense. If Mayfield was on Baltimore right now, they'd be unstoppable. Unstoppable. And I'm a Browns fan. I give my life for a Browns championship, whatever. This ain't me bashing Lamar Jackson. I'm just stating facts. The guy is horrible. He's a running back playing quarterback, and we've seen this before. He was 6-1 because it's hard to prepare for a guy like that in 1 week. The Chargers seen him twice. Now the book's out. Well, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Everyone's going to start doing it. They were so not worried about him throwing the ball. They started bringing safeties and cornerbacks. They didn't even play linebackers. They were just matching speed with their power. That's all they did. They weren't worried about him making throws because he can't make them. And they could have killed this team. But the prevent defense made it interesting. So Ravens fans, what did you learn today? That my IQ is more than all your fans. Number 2, and Baker Mayfield's better than Lamar Jackson. Number 3, Lamar Jackson, moving forward, you guys are beat. You'll start out like 2-7. You need a quarterback. It ain't Joe Flacco. He sucks too. But Lamar Jackson ain't the answer. I'll take a 12-year-old Baker Mayfield. Fuck that. I'll take a fucking 9-year-old Patrice Mahomes, who was a bad boy for the fucking Royals, who had better mechanics. I can't think of a quarterback that's ever played in this league outside of Tim Tebow that had worse mechanics than Lamar Jackson. I'm the maestro. Oh, and by the way, I see people like Shannon Sharp, Bucky Brooks. They're all, oh, you guys going to write this kid off, this and that? Let me ask you something. Shannon Sharp, would you be so, would you fight so hard for this kid if he was white? I don't think so. I think because he's a black quarterback, you're fighting extra hard for him. What's that tell you? Oh, by the way, Ravens fans, see this? We got robbed in that game. Jabril Pepper scored a touchdown. We had a missed field goal kick. We could have beat you guys. We already beat you guys once in Cleveland. We would have beat you guys again. Baker Jakes Mayfield will control the AFC North for the next 12 to 13, 15 years.